Coming, Broncos got their first victory last week, 51-14, and looking forward to playing Toledo Rockets Saturday night at 7 o'clock. Toledo also coming off a big win. They beat Iowa State, so huge game. Coach, wants to start out with a thought on Central Connecticut and then look ahead.
Yep. The Central Connecticut game for us was, I just wanted to make sure we can go out there and get a clean game and correct all the little mistakes that we've been making that's prevented us from winning the last two games. Thought we did it offensively with the no penalties. We had one turnover, which unfortunate, but it happened. I thought we ran the ball pretty well. And I think defensively we got some stops in there. Our first down percentage was outstanding. We gave up some runs on second down, which kind of caused that third down ratio to go up a little bit. Our punt game is still doing a great job. I think our kickoff return team has become dangerous in the point where we got some, we're getting some yards in there, so that will cause some issues. And then our punt return team, we got the guy was a pretty good punter, and the guy we'll face this week is a pretty good punter too. So hopefully we can get some returns and make something happen there. But it was a good win for us. We got a lot of kids that played. A lot of receivers caught balls, which was a good thing. Give them guys some experience. And defensively, we got a couple of young kids, freshmen. Kevin Surreal got in, played I think about 20-some snaps, and David Lewis got in, played I think about the same amount of snaps. So a lot of guys got experience, and we were able to rest some guys in Robbie and Matt who didn't play. And so we played without two starters in the offensive line, but played pretty well. So we're really happy with those guys there.
What does it say a little bit about college football? Toledo can get smacked around a little bit for the first three games of the year, and then beat Iowa State, which is coming off of one against Iowa.
I think it's. I don't think it's. I think the parity out there is just such that they even. I think USC and I think LSU are kind of Oklahoma probably separated themselves from a lot of people, but there's a lot of other teams out there that. Arkansas State's hanging in there with Texas, and of course Iowa. They're coming off. The Iowa State loses to Kent. It's not playing real well, and they go beat Iowa. So I think it's how each week, and I think what you're seeing now is the improvement of teams. This is kind of the breaking point of the season. You're either getting better or you're getting worse, and if you're getting worse, it's not going to be real good for the rest of the season. And so that's what we try to impress upon our kids. Even the first three games, there was a lot of positive sides in the first three games. Now you got to put it together, and I think we did that, and I think Toledo did it also.
Essentially through the non-conference. Is this a checkpoint at all? Like, okay, now we're getting into. How do you handle that when you transition into league play?
Exactly. I mean, it's a big emphasis, like because of the MAC, and I think the way the league's structured right now, with the five, games on the just in your division, it makes it hard, but also makes it you can't foul up. I mean, you got to go out there and you got to make sure you take care of business, and unfortunately, that's the way it is. But at the same time, that is the way it is. So you got to go out there and get those things done. It's a big game for us. I mean, we haven't had a lot of success down there since 1988. I think we beat them once in the last 9 years, so which was last year. So we or twice, I guess. Now they beat them in 2000. But, so we got a lot of work to do, and it'll be a lot of challenges down there. But I'm looking forward to it, and I think our kids are too.
How's the attitude of the kids change when they get into MAC play? Is there a difference?
Yeah, I think there's more seriousness to it. I think when you play West Virginia. There's you got to play real well in order to win that football game, and now this is a goal of every MAC team to go out there and win it, and it's been proven in this league that you can go out. All the different champions has happened in the MAC, so everybody's got a shot, and so now it's a little bit different. I think Toledo, they got one league loss, and it's going to be they understand the sense of urgency on their end. We got to do the same thing because Toledo actually has one more league game. If ever got tiebreakers, they got one more league game than anybody else in the West. So that's a pretty big advantage also.
Western hasn't won there since '88. You've been there before. Aside from the normal home field advantage kind of stuff, is it? Plus their home record overall is very, very good, much like yours. But what is going playing down there?
They're good. You know, there's a home field advantage. I think really helps you out when you got real good players. I think it really helps you out. And they got some guys. I mean, their offensive tackle Greco is a guy that's going to be playing on Sundays. I think their tight end's got another. He's another guy I think who's going to be playing on Sundays. The running back Parmalee, I think he's going to be playing on Sundays. So he's got three guys over on offense that are pretty good players, and on defense, Church is probably about as good as the defensive guy there is in the league. So they got some people, and they feel good when they do play at home. It's a night game. They're used to it. That's all they do is play night games, and they take it as a personal challenge like everybody does. You want to protect your own stadium.
Talking about not having a lot of success there since '88. In the previous evening against Toledo, until last year, there hadn't been a lot of recent success. Last year at all, given the number of guys back in both teams, it's important to take that step at least having some success against them.
Yeah, I think it's important because I think there's been such a history there. But for us, a lot of our kids haven't been past that history. Really, our guys, most of our guys, have been one-on-one. We won there or won here, and they won down there. And so our kids, I don't think they see it as much. We bring it up. We bring it up a lot because I think they got to understand how Toledo feels. Toledo feels like it's been total domination, which it has in the last 9 years. We won twice, so we got to bring that up because we got to make sure they know how they're reacting over the other side. And I think it's a great challenge. I mean, it's a hard place to play. Their home record's outstanding, and they got good players to back that thing up. So we're going to have to go down there, and if we can just control the football and not have turnovers and the penalties, and do what we did this past week, we got a great shot at going down there and winning.
Bill, as far as preparation goes, now that you enter conference play, does that help things a little bit with you and your players now that you know what Toledo wants to do? Sure, they may throw wrinkles, but you know their style and vice versa.
Yeah, I think both of us. The coach is a little bit different because you got to educate coaches too. I got 5 guys that they have no history on this deal here, and so on Sunday, I spent 15 minutes with the coaches. This is what's going to happen. This is what we're going to see, and to better understand about how we've had to approach this series the last 2 years. So that takes a little getting used to. But I think our kids understand. Toledo has been the benchmark really of this conference for the last 10 years. I mean, they've been a class of the conference of the team. Last year they had a little hiccup, but I still think they're good. They're a good football team. And if you came in here 2 years ago, 3 years ago, you'd say that's the team you got to beat. And we did last year. And I think that kind of it's probably spiraled them a little last year because they had just coming off a tough loss against Iowa State, and I think triple overtime. And so. It's a lot of education, but the MAC is the most important thing. It could be any MAC school. You got to start off on the right foot.